This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Dustin Hoffman.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Dustin Hoffman. Today is Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2024. So glad you could join us here today. Coming up later on in the program, I will talk with Kenan Layden of agmarket.net to talk about what happened in the markets today. But let's kick things off with a visit with Heather Buechter of the Clean Fuels Alliance. We caught up with her during the Farm Progress Show, and we talked about the new partnership they've got with PepsiCo, putting B100 into their semi-fleet.
Clean Fuels Alliance booth right now with Heather Buechter. Of course, standing right behind you is a Frito-Lay truck, part of PepsiCo, and that partnership that you guys are here to announce and talk about with PepsiCo. Tell us about what's going on and why this is going to be a good thing for the bio industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So PepsiCo became a member of Clean Fuels Alliance America last year, and it really just made a lot of sense. They've been working to meet their aggressive decarbonization goals and looking at a wide portfolio, which includes renewable diesel and biodiesel. So, of course, being the National Trade Association that represents biodiesel, renewable diesel, and sustainable aviation fuel, it made sense to partner up and then just really tackle these issues together. So they've worked a lot with our technical team, and they're now implementing B100, so 100% biodiesel into their fleets. They have about 100 trucks already outfitted, just like this with the Optimus Technologies Vector system. So now we are both feeding and fueling our nation, and really proud to be out here to say thank you to our farmers to help us do that.
And of course, having this truck here shows, we have it sitting behind us here, talking about, what needs to be done, obviously getting the equipment in there to make it run, because that's going to be important in the end. But now it's going to be an investment, obviously, in the beginning for companies like PepsiCo, but obviously the savings that we see on biofuels compared to the conventional fuels going to pay for that over time, and probably pretty quickly when you have a massive fleet running all across the country.
Yeah, I think it will pay over time, and also I think it just makes it more attractive for their products. We know that consumers are starting to demand this, so I think you see the whole value chain all around PepsiCo just increasing, and they're also leading the way, I think, in decarbonization goals and encouraging their Scope 3 emissions to reduce their carbon footprint as well. So PepsiCo's just been an awesome advocate for biodiesel, and we hope to continue to see that with more fleets that they partner with to deliver their products across the country.
All right, so these trucks are crisscrossing the nation, and obviously with biodiesel, B100 biodiesel there, what does that do for the environment and for our air quality and things, having that happening now more and more as these fleets start to make the switch?
Yeah, so what's great about biodiesel is that they're running on a 100% biodiesel with their trucks, but you can implement it in any kind of modification, basically. So anything from B5 to B20 to B50, we're seeing mandates in states now that are requiring that, and the benefits are really endless. I mean, you have cleaner air, better quality, and better performance as well. So I think a lot of people associate biodiesel with when it just came online about 30 years ago, and we like to say this is not your grandmother's biodiesel. It has been through rigorous testing and meets specifications by ASTM International. So the quality and performance is just spot on with petroleum diesel nowadays.
And of course, we talk a lot about the benefits for the environment, but also the sustainability aspect. We've got to mention, you'd be remiss if you didn't talk about what this means compared to the petroleum-based fuels.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a cleaner burning fuel. So you're going to have environmental impacts and also health benefits. That's something that I think often gets overlooked, is that we've done tests that the use of B100 can lower the risk of asthma. It can lower healthcare costs, sick days, because of all the emissions are reducing those asthma cases, so not as many people are going to the doctor. So we're seeing public health improvements and also just the environmental impact as well. It's just a great story to share.
And of course, soybean farmers are going to like to hear also increases the demand here at home
Yes.
for their products, especially when we're looking at a time where we have a carryover right now into this 24 harvest.
We could not do it without soybean farmers. They founded us, Clean Fuels Alliance America, formerly the National Biodiesel Board, back in the early 1990s, and then we have partnered with them and of course use their checkoff funds for research, and could not do it without them as our partners. And again, we're opening more markets and demand is skyrocketing. So we are using every ounce of soybean oil we can get right now that is here in our country, about 1 billion pounds every single month, and we need more of it. So we're going to continue to open up those markets and seek ways that we can partner with soybean farmers and keep innovating and meet that demand like we have for the past 30 years.
And obviously PepsiCo, not the first domino to fall in this way of going through and going to the biodiesel, but a big domino to fall when you look at other companies that are going to take a look at what's happening too and look into this for future in their own fleets.
Yeah, absolutely. So PepsiCo being an on-road fleet, they have a major impact on other fleets. They're one of the largest in North America. So we're hoping to see as they share their success story that others will catch on, but we're also seeing new markets such as rail and marine take notice as well. So Union Pacific just joined Clean Fuels Alliance America. They have aggressive decarbonization goals. They want to use biodiesel to meet those goals. So we're seeing bigger companies get involved, and I think once those big companies kind of prove the quality and performance and they have a great experience, others are more in tune to do that as well.
All right, so any other message for our Iowa producers and maybe the industries out there that are looking to improve their fleet?
Yeah, I think just, anytime that we can share the benefits of using biodiesel, it's a great story to share, not only the decarbonization message, but also just what it does for the ag industry as well. And we couldn't do it without our soybean partners.
All right, so folks want to learn more about Clean Fuels Alliance, where do they go?
Cleanfuels.org, and we also encourage you to check out the Better Cleaner Now podcast. We have a new episode every single Wednesday that releases, and we get in touch with the industry experts and our program managers and just really dive deep into these issues. So if you're looking for more information, Better Cleaner Now podcast or the cleanfuels.org website.
All right, Heather, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that again was Heather Buechter of Clean Fuels Alliance. We're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, we'll take a look at those closing markets. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net. Well, we're at the end of another trading day, and it's time to talk with Kenan Layden of agmarket.net. I know soybeans have been kind of falling behind here most of the day. Is that kind of how the day shaped up in the grains?
Yeah, soybeans and soy meal, we're a little pressured today. Soybeans almost unchanged, down a little bit. Some of that is the thinking that the EU passed, or delayed, I should say, not passed. They delayed a ruling on banning imports from countries with large amounts of deforestation. Meal and soybeans from America are a benefactor for that because, that excludes Brazil and some of that Malaysian, Indonesian palm oil. It has yet to be passed by Parliament, but some of the weakness there in soybeans. Wheat is stronger on a few notes and was the leader today. Corn was also up today.
All right. And what was it that, we know it was down because of that, but was there any reason why it was able to pull back from some of that depth? Some points we were down 11 to 14 cents at some points.
Yeah, Brazil weather is still an uncertainty, so the market probably builds in some risk premium. Then that 10 to 15-day forecast is showing some moderate raise in the central part. Not as big as they like, and 10 to 15 days out, everyone knows the weatherman isn't always right 10 to 15 out. Where southern Brazil and Argentina, are supposed to get some good soaking rains there, but that middle Mato Grosso area is still a little lacking.
All right, and on the livestock side of things, I know cattle's been having kind of a mixed bag the last couple of days, and hogs have been, running a little bit stronger. Did we see that continue today? What did we see for livestock?
Yeah, livestock markets were much stronger today, so a very, very good day in the livestock market. Some of that could be due to the dock workers strike. Imports coming into the country of imported beef, imported pork. That is something that container ship in those strike, it really gets affected. So the large amount of imports we have of foreign cattle and foreign pork are going to be delayed here. So maybe one of the things contributing to the strength of that market.
All right. And then kind of just looking overall, I mean, weather with the harvest has been pretty great, at least here in the Midwest. Is that going to be basically the driving force the next couple of weeks here as we get those crops out?
Yeah, harvest pressure always comes in, when you sell to the elevator. They buy your corn, they sell on the board. So there's going to be some sell pressure coming in here with corn. So that's something to watch. Good rally here off of that stocks report on Monday, and we'll see if that can, keep pushing here through harvest pressure.
All right, Kenan, if folks want to talk to everybody up there at agmarket.net to get some ideas of what the markets may be doing, or even start making plans for that 25 crop, what do they need to do?
Yeah, check us out on the web at agmarket.net and find a broker in your area.
All right, that's Kenan Layden of agmarket.net. Kenan, thanks so much for taking the time to visit with us.
Thank you.
And that again was Kenan Layden of agmarket.net. Let's take a look at the closing numbers on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network market screen. December corn up 3.5 at 432.5. November beans down 1 1/4 at 10.56 even. Soy meal down $7.10 at 3.40.40. Soy oil up 73 cents at 43.64. Chicago wheat up 16 1/4 at 6.15 1/4. Kansas wheat up 21 cents at 6.19 1/4. Minneapolis spring wheat up 11 cents at 6.45 3/4, and oats up 1 3/4 at 3.89 3/4. October live cattle up 295 at 187.42. Feeders up 357 at 249.72. Lean hogs up $1.17 at 84.67. Pork cutouts up $2.05 at 93.92. Class 3 milk down 12 cents at 22.98. And that's been our closing markets, and that brings us to the end of today's show. You can find all our content online at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, X, and on our YouTube channel. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified each time we put out a new video product. Also, don't forget about the 3 free market analysis podcasts coming out openings, middays, and closings each day. You can find all that information where you get your favorite podcast or at iowaagnet.com under the podcast tab. From the IA Aaron Studios in Des Moines, I'm Dustin Huffman. For Mark Magnuson, Riley Smith, and Andy Peterson, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.